Greetings, gamers. It is I, Gamer Monster, and our first raid has come and gone. So I'd like to take a moment to kind of give my thoughts on the whole situation. But first, it's Wednesday, which means it's update day. So let's take a look and see what's new in the game here. Well, first off, we have some new units and a new vision card slash Esper. And of course, that means new banners and everything, as well as we actually have a new shop here that's going to give us all those usual array of packages to buy. And this time is going to be for our free stuff is 10 skip tickets a day. Um, the new units are Victoria, which is our UR unit. Salier, not sure how to pronounce her name, but that's okay. That's our new MR unit, and we have an MR Esper Ochu. One neat thing that's been added with these units are their shard quests. Basically, for Victoria, if you can manage to pull her, it unlocks a hard quest specifically for her where you can earn shards. The first time you clear it, I believe it's like 15 shards, and it's like 5 shards a day for a limited period of time. So the earlier you can pull her, the more you can get her shards before then. However, Salier's quest is not limited to whether or not you pull her. It's just part of the events, and we can just do it and get extra shards for her, so they can sit around, wait for whenever you do pull her. As a side note, we also have a new map for our guild battles, which is a bit interesting. It's kind of flat, but then it has all these like holes in the middle that you have to walk around and all that kind of stuff. In addition to all of that stuff, we also have our early summer campaign, which includes a new login bonus. At this point, I think they're just making stuff up to give us login bonuses. And you know what? I don't care, because they're giving us free stuff. And free stuff is always good. And that's the main news and everything. So let's talk about the raid. Right now, they're in the calculation phase, and so as you can see here, it's calculating the rankings and everything. But what about the raid itself, the event? To be perfectly honest, I was a bit disappointed, which might surprise you considering that for the most part, a lot of people have been very pleased with the event. Now, don't get me wrong, the idea of the event is really cool. That you're playing the game, and just as you're playing the game normally, all of a sudden this big monster pops up and you have to beat it. And every time you beat it, it gets stronger and stronger, and the rewards keep getting bigger and bigger. That's really cool. The idea of it is cool. Until I realized that this thing has like 100 levels, which means I'm going to have to fight it 100 times, assuming I can even beat it that many times. And now we get back to the crux of what this game has, and that's grind. Don't get me wrong. Just like the Iron Giant Challenge, I really like that they're adding in more difficult content that actually makes us play the game. However, if you're going to do that, for goodness sake, don't make me sit there and repeat it on manual over and over and over again. Now, granted, about half the levels you could just auto anyway. I think I got up into the 30s pretty easily from just smashing my face against the boss over and over again. But once you hit that point, where you can't really auto it anymore. You have to manual, which you can play it manually solo for a while, which is fine, but except for the fact that you're doing the same thing over and over again. And then you have to get into multiplayer. And here's another issue with it. Because the way they had the boss set up directly counteracts the way this game is designed to be played. What do I mean by that? Well, one of the philosophies behind the way characters are done in this game is that they are long-term investments. Especially for free-to-play players. But even as someone who has spent some money in this game, I'm still getting roadblocked with like rainbow rocks and things. And so characters, you have to take your time gathering their shards, building them up, getting those awakenings. And yet, this boss was designed for the new unit. Lucia was the perfect unit for this boss. Oh, sure, it was weak against magic, and so you could use other units as well, aka Medina. But guess what? I didn't have Medina, and I only got Lucia with the free summon once the raid was released. And so I did not have time to build up a character to be able to multi on this raid. I just really didn't have anything. And I'm not going to be that guy who tries to jump in. Oh, I got my slashing guy. You don't mind, do you? Yeah, no, that's not happening. This boss should have been designed for characters that were released 2 or 3 banners ago, rather than this banner. Because of what it shows is what their main concern is getting you to spend some money. Oh, you're having problems with rainbow rocks building up that Lucia you got. Well, if you just throw a couple dollars our way, that problem would just disappear. Well, I've already given you a bunch of money. I shouldn't have to every time some new content comes up. We already have the arena where if you don't have the unit bonus, you might as well not even bother because your points are cut in half. So, the grindiness combined with the fact that it's designed in the usual gacha manner, even though the game is supposed to be more long-term rather than short-term, means that I didn't really care for the raid that much. Now, the next couple ones from what I've heard are going to be for slashing units, which I've got plenty of those, so I'll be able to participate a little bit more, be able to do the multiplayers, but there's still the grind. I don't know. Maybe if I can get into some good multis in the next one, maybe that'll increase my enjoyment of it. We'll just kind of have to see. But I suspect what I'm really waiting for, though, is the tower content. Challenging content that hopefully you won't have to play over and over and over and over again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind repeating it a couple of times. 5, maybe 10 times. But 100 times? Yeah, I don't have time for that. Well, why don't you guys let me know what you thought? Am I just completely off base? Am I like the only one who didn't like this raid? Let me know in the comments below. And also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you liked this video and subscribe to the channel if you want any more. So until next time, Gamer Monster out.